Editing at a professional level is easier than you think. First of all, you watch this guy, learn how to do something fun, make a cringy video and hope your family doesn't see, and then wonder why the YouTube algorithm isn't picking up on your creative genius. Jokes aside, as a self-taught professional YouTube editor who's edited for large YouTube channels accumulating over 1 million views across my different edits, I'm giving you a 3-step process today that will not only make you a smarter, quicker, higher earning editor, but will also speed up your learning process to the max. Step 1. Collect. Now, if I told you there were 2 paths you could follow to become a great editor, one path being a route full of holes, puddles, and dangerous creatures, and then the other path a simple, easy, direct route to success, which one are you going to take? I actually landed my first editing job through copying. Maybe a better way to put it was I just simply reversed engineered content I was watching. Yes, this is the easy path. As a YouTube growth/editing channel, I got a lot of love for my boy Finzar. So let's do a live breakdown of his content. We're actually gonna have a look at one of his latest videos, and I'm gonna screenshot and use OBS Studio to take short clips of his video that I find interesting editing wise. Think of this as creating a portfolio of video editing effects that you want to use in your future edits. Let the games begin. Starting to actually wish I chose a slightly easier style of editing to break down here, but let's do this because I'm literally going to give you a system that enables you to understand what you're looking at and learn this for yourself. So as I said, for graphics I just tend to take screenshots, but as this video has a ton of movement, OBS Studio comes in really handy when wanting to catch moving images. For the sake of time here, I'm just going to clip 5 aspects of this video and break them down for you. But if you're a beginner, I would advise looking at something slightly less editing heavy, but a very, very important point just to note here is you don't need super special effects, animations, and the rest of it to create exceptional content. The correct movement, pacing, and even sound design goes so much further than just adding excessive effects on After Effects or Premiere Pro. Oh, we've got a very, very lovely transition here. Here's the grid again, but this time with floating elements instead of the graph. And who doesn't like a little bit of text plopped behind our main subject? Step number 2, research. Now that we have our collection of screenshots and clips, we need to break those down, analyze them, and work out how to do those things on our chosen software. Obviously, we're going to be doing that through YouTube tutorials, but pay attention because this next stage is carefully directed by everything we've just collected from your chosen content. Come here. That's for getting distracted by your YouTube homepage. Yeah, you click on YouTube, don't get distracted. This next stage requires a lot of focus, and no one's gonna hire you if you don't have that, so pay attention. So what you need to do next is identify the different elements in the composition, spot the visual effects that are affecting those elements. You then learn how to create those elements, and finally how to add the effects. Let's take the first kind of introduction clip that we took from Finzar's video. We have a stationary field, a fading, teleporting figure, and a moving background that's all put together in a collage-like way. So to learn what we just discussed, you simply need to search up necessary tutorials that will give you the skills that will enable you to build a scene like the one we just looked at. Here's what I'd search on YouTube. How to cut out figures on Photoshop. How to animate movement in Premiere Pro. How to create animated collages Premiere Pro. How to create fade transitions Premiere Pro. Word of advice, always go for the shorter tutorials because they tend to pack in so much more value than like a 10-minute video to teach a flipping fade transition. Like, what are some people on? Now you get the gist of it. Let's break the rest of the shots down quickly. For our animated graph, we have rising shapes, glowing and animated text, and pixelated text on a graph-like background. Our search list for the animated graph would be how to animate shapes on Premiere Pro, how to animate a graph on Premiere Pro, glowing text Premiere Pro, animated wobbly letters Premiere Pro / After Effects, pixelated text Premiere Pro. and I'm going to throw in how to animate floating effect to cover this clip here. As for the curtain transition of the opening and closing curtains, as an experienced editor, I understand that most likely Finzar did not animate this, but got this through a site such as Motion Array. Did I ever mention my genius? But if you're on a budget like myself, you can also create your own transitions, something similar, not as smooth and silky, but something like this. Now for this cozy day 2 title. Now it's actually a simple search of just looking up how to put text behind a subject or how to put text behind a person. I know from experience that this is rotoscoping on After Effects, and you can also achieve the same effect with a green screen on Premiere Pro, but it looks like that in Finzar's video he used rotoscoping. Now come here again. I'm not gonna smack you this time, because you're gonna forget even more than what you already have from watching all of these tutorials. Yes, the next point, you need to actually make specialized YouTube playlists for your editing skills. Now, unless you're using these effects in every single one of your videos, which you won't, you need to save what you are watching, get all the best videos that you have filtered through and put them in a playlist. So next time you forget how to do what you just did, you have a quick video to go back to. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Number 3, execute. Obviously, one of these stages was going to be go and edit, go and do the stuff that we've just been working on. But as an editor who's been doing things for over 5 years now, I'm going to give you a lot of tips right now that can save you a lot of time and money, and not just your money, but also your client's money. Before you go into your edit, create a folder for your video and create subfolders for each element, such as A-roll, B-roll, tracks or music, sound effects, and graphics. Do not import and navigate your files through downloads or God knows where. The more chaotic your organization, the slower your edit. This can add up to hours depending on how complex the edit is. I use Epidemic Sound when looking for background tracks, and anything I come across that I feel is a top tier banger, I organize into easily navigated folders based on mood. This helps when I'm trying to portray a certain emotion in the video. This is also a stage where if you are creating any custom graphical elements that you're going to have to animate or put into the edit later, it's a great stage to do them now. Depending on how you work, sometimes I just like to get stuck into an edit and drag and drop everything and get going straight away. Whereas if I have to come out of Premiere Pro to go into Photoshop, go into a browser to search stuff, it can kind of break up the process sometimes. But at other times, if you're sitting too long in an edit, it's nice to come out, create some graphical elements. So what I'm saying is, work this out and see if this is a good stage for you to do it all, do some of it, or yeah, don't do any of it until you need it, I guess. Now, if you follow this 3-step process, you'll actually be a professional editor in no time, and you'll have a portfolio that YouTubers will really want to kind of take a look at and potentially work with you. But the downside is it takes a lot of time to get to this stage. But if you want to cut this time in half, I put together this video so you can do just that.